Assalamualaikum class 4. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and doing great at home. This is your math lesson. Please don't waste your time in playing and please revise exercise 4A which we have already done in the class. So nowadays we are working on number 4. Decimals. In exercise 4A, we have already do the concept of place values. How you put the values in the place value tables. Secondly, you have taught that how we convert decimal into the fraction. Decimals into the fractions. Fractions and fraction into the decimals. So, in the place value table, we have the value 1, 2, 3.64. This is called the integral part, means basic part. Means basic part. This is the decimal. And this is the fractional part. And how we put in the place value table, what you will do, you will simply make the place value table as we have already discussed in our class or in the previous lesson as well. Before decimal point we have ones, tens and hundred. Capital 1, tens and hundred. After decimal point we have tenth value, hundredth value and thousandth value. And now take a look which value I have given you, 123.64. Now tell me class, tell me Eamon, which value is going to be right in ones? Good. 3. And which value we have to write in tens? 2. And hundreds? 1. And after decimal we have write 6 in tens and 4 in the hundreds. So this is a way how we put the value in the decimal point. After this we have seen that how we will put fraction, how we will convert fraction into the decimal and decimal into the fraction. After this we have seen in exercise 4A, when we have a fraction 1 by 4 and we will convert into the decimal part, what you will do, you will simply divide it. Numerator is in the division sign and denominator is outside the division sign. As you can see that 1 is smaller than 4, what we will do, we will add simply point here and add 10 in the division sign. When we add point here, we will add 0 in the division sign. So, this is the 10 and this is the 4. Now we will proceed our division. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. Now we will subtract 10 minus 8 is 2. 2 is smaller than 4. When we add already 0 point here, we will add 0 in the division. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12, 4 fours are 16. And 4 fives are 20. So the answer is 0.25 and you will add 0 if you want before decimal point. So fraction part is converted to the decimal, and if we have to convert decimal part in the fraction, that is so easy. So now we convert decimal into the fraction. For that purpose, for example, we have a value 6.4 and you will convert into the decimal, fraction. So what you will do, simply you will write 6.4, you will, in the fraction line, you will add 1 in the place of point, and how many values after point? 1. So you will add 1 0 in the denominator. So the answer is 64/10. So इस तरीके से आप लोग फ्रैक्शन में take out your book everyone, open page number 93. In our last previous lesson, we have already done with question number 1 and question number 2 from exercise 4a. In question number 1 we did fill in the blanks, and in question number 2 we did state whether the following statements are true or false. Now we are working on question number 3. Select the correct answer from the given options. In question number 3, you have to select the correct option. Select the correct option, in which you have to select the correct option. The A part in figure in this figure, the shaded part expressed. So this is the shaded part. In this figure, the shaded part expressed so the options are 4/100, and the B part is 4/10, and the C part is 0.4, 0.04, and the D part is 0.004. So tell me class, in this figure how many shaded parts? And how many total parts first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 4 part is shaded. So tell me Shal, what is the fraction of this figure? 4/10. Very good. So the B part is the right answer. Now we have second MCQ is 0.053 represent 0.053 represents a number up to. Represents a number up to. In 0.053 represent a number up to. It means that you have to tell the decimal places. Okay, how many decimal places after point? 1, 2 and 3. So this is the 3 decimal places. So the options are 100 decimal places, and in B option we have 1000 decimal places, and in C option we have 2 decimal places, and in D option we have 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places. In this B part, we have 0.053 represents a number up to hundredth decimal place, thousandth decimal place, two decimal place, and tenth decimal place. As you can see that in the base value chart, we have ones, tens, and hundred before the decimal point, tenth, hundred, and thousand after decimal point. So, according to this statement, we have 0.053. So, tell me class, it is hundredth decimal place or thousandth decimal place? This is the thousandth decimal place. So, B is the correct option. Now, in C part, we have to remove it. Now, in C part we have, in the decimal number, in the decimal number 0.59, there are 59. There are. The options are, in A part we have option is 9, 10 and 500s, 9, 10 and 500s, 9 tens and 500s, 5 tens and 9,000. In B part we have 500s and 9,000s. And in C part we have 905 tens, 905 tens, and in D part we have 5 tens, 5 tens, 5 tens and 900s and 9 hundreds. So tell me class, which option is correct? In C part we have, in the decimal number 0.59, there are 9, 10 and 500s, 500s and 9,000s, 905 tens, 5 tens and 900. So, with the help of the place value table, you will easily recognize that which is the correct answer. So, in the place value table we have, before point we have capital ones, tens and hundreds. After we have tens, hundreds and thousands. So, before point we have 0 and after point we have 5 and 9. So, 5 tens and 9 hundreds is the right answer. So, the D part is correct, in which we have 5 tens and 9 hundreds. So, after this we have a D part, and in D part you can see that now in D part, as you can see that in the 100 square grid, the shaded part represents This is the 100 square grid. How many shaded part in it? Tell me, Eamon, how many shaded parts? Good. 32 part is shaded. And when we have written in the fraction form, you will write it 32 by 100. So the options are 0.32, 0.032, 32 and 3.2. So tell me what is the right answer? Good. First you have to tell me how many zeros in 100. 2 zeros. So how many values after point? We have 2 point. We have 2 values after point. So the 2 values are 32. So what is the correct option? The correct answer is A part. 0.32 is the correct option from this. In E part, you can see that the shaded part representing 0.7 in the grid will be. So in first grid, you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how many shaded part in it? 7 part is shaded. So the fraction is 7 by 10. In other grid, you will see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the 7 parts, and 7 is shaded. So the fraction is 7 by 7. 7 1 7, 7 1 7. So answer is 1. In another part, you have 100 square grid and 6 is shaded. So the fraction is 6 by 10. In another figure, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how many shaded part? 3 by 10 is the fraction of D part. So the question is the shaded part representing 0.7 in the grid. So if we have to change this fraction into the decimal point, we will definitely get 0.7. So the A is the correct option. I have shared a video with you how we will revise the concept of decimals more clearly.
Today, let us revise the decimals. We shall revise it point by point. Decimal numbers. Decimal fractions, that are fractions with 10, 100, 1000 and so on in the denominator, can be represented as decimal numbers. For example, 3 upon 10 is represented and read as 0.3. 462 upon 1000 is written and read as 0.462. Mixed decimals. A mixed decimal contains a whole number, that is the integral part, and a decimal, that is the decimal part. In this decimal, 93 is the integral part. The dot refers to the decimal point, and 56 is called as the decimal part. Decimal places. The places after the decimal point are called decimal places. The number 7.58 has 2 decimal places. The number 0.391 has 3 decimal places. Place value system. The table here shows that decimal numbers extend the place value system to the right of the ones place. Expansion of decimal numbers. We already know that we express the decimal number in the expanded form by writing the sum of the value of each digit in the given number. The expanded form of 1514.862 is 1000 plus 500 plus 10 plus 4 plus 0.8 plus 0.06 plus 0.002. The expanded form of 872.006 is 800 plus 70 plus 2 plus 0.006. Here 0 is in the tenths and hundredths place, so we do not write its place value as it is always 0. Writing decimal numbers as fractions. Write the decimal number without decimal point in the numerator and 1 followed by as many zeros as the decimal places in the decimal number in the denominator. For example, writing fractions as decimal numbers. Write the digits of the numerator and put the decimal point such as to have as many decimal places as there are zeros in the denominator of the given fraction. For example, equivalent decimals. The decimals whose values do not change even after we insert zeros after the last decimal digit are called as equivalent decimals. For example, like and unlike decimals. Like decimals are the decimals having the same number of decimal places. For example, unlike decimals are the decimals that do not have same number of decimal places. For example, comparing and ordering of decimals. Convert the unlike decimals to like decimals and then compare the integral and decimal parts of the decimal numbers to arrange in ascending and descending order. Let's arrange these decimals in the ascending and descending orders. Convert all the decimals to like decimals. On comparing the decimal parts, we get 0.400 is greater than 0.390 is greater than 0.300, which is greater than 0.039. Thus, we get the ascending order and descending orders as shown here. Kids, this revision will definitely help you all in understanding the concepts ahead.
So, in this lesson, we have discussed the place values, fractions, decimal and decimal fractions, decimal and decimals to fractions. Hope you will understand today's lesson. Please don't waste your time in playing. Do question number, revise exercise 4A. Question number, revise exercise 4A. Question number 4, 5 and 6. Okay, love this class.